Hi, I'm Debbie, and welcome to Divine Destiny with Debbie. Today we're reading for October 24th, 25th, 26th, and 27th, Monday through Thursday. Now, if you're looking for the main reading, well, this is the introduction. It will be tagged on to all of the videos. But if you want to look for the main reading, or you cross-watch, or you're new to the channel, then go right down there to the description, and there will be a timestamp, and you can bypass this all. Hope you watch it at least one time. And also, too, thank you so much. Yes, you can hear I still have whatever this is going on. Still pretty tired for whatever reason, too. But, things are happening. The energies are very, very strong. So let's get on with our readings. I'm going to be using, for the main readings, my Radley Valentine Archangel Power Tarot cards. Also, Guardian Angel cards. I will use this inspirational wisdom from Angels and Fairies, written by Frances Monroe and artwork by Judy Mastrangelo. That will be for the main. Also, my Emily Anderson crystal deck. Now, for this, the introduction, we're going to use my Waite Rider Traditional Tarot and my Osho Zen Tarot cards. Now, I pray, I meditate, I infuse all the decks with Reiki energy. Remember, but this is a general reading, so it may or may not resonate. Take what you like, leave the rest. I am an intuitive channeler. I open myself up to higher power, Holy Spirit, God, whoever that is, what you want to call. I say God, Holy Spirit, and just say, let the words come through. Let them not be mine. Let them be the words of the source. Okay? So let's see, before we even start, yes, everybody keeps feeling change. And we know that there's a lot of things going on in the world. And we still have that, we have that Pluto in Capricorn, which is all about, Pluto, think of that as the phoenix that, destroys and then rises from the ashes. Capricorn, all about home, security, life. That's been there for 12 years. Capricorns know what this is like because they have felt the disruption for for almost the 12 years. It started, it started, 2008, so it's been more than that, too. Okay, now, Pluto also associates quite strongly with Scorpio, and I need to tell you that because, we do have, whenever Pluto and Scorpio are meeting in this way, there is a little more emphasis on whatever's going on. Pluto has gone direct, but it's slowly direct. And so that means it's covering a lot of the ground. When something goes retrograde, so here's the planetary movement, and this is how it appears. It doesn't necessarily do this, but this is the illusion or the appearance of. So here it is, it's going through, or I should go this way for you. It's going through, it's direct. Now it starts to slow down, and this is when we call it stationary. So then this would be stationary retrograde. So it then slows down to almost a stop, and then it does stop, and then it starts to go over again, and then it comes to where it needs to stop, and now this is again direct. This is stationary, and now it's going to go direct. So, and then it goes direct. It starts slow, and it gets a little faster, but not super fast. So it really covers the same ground about 3 times. Okay? 1, 2, 3. Okay, so it covers the same ground 3 times. It's really getting into the nooks and crannies of whatever it is it needs to do. And like I said, Pluto is the planet of destruction, but then it does have the rebuilding energy to it too. So we have that going on. Now we just had Saturn, which was retrograde in Aquarius, and Saturn just went direct also. So it is still in a, let me see, when did it go direct? It is still kind of in a stationary mode, but it is, let's see, new moon. I'm sorry. Saturn went direct on the 23rd. So it's still on its slow path, and it's still going past. Saturn also has a strong connection with Scorpio too. They all have connections with the others, but there is an interest. Saturn has a strong interest in Scorpio. Now we have Mars energy. Mars has been going direct in Gemini, and then on the 30th it goes retrograde. So it will be covering that same path about 3 times, okay? So that will be on the 30th. Mars also has a very strong energy, a strong connection with Scorpio. So we've got Pluto, Saturn, and Mars all kind of in this slow motion right now, throwing their energies really behind Scorpio, pushing it forward. Scorpio too, associated with the Scorpion, also with the Eagle, gives you that higher view. It also is with the Phoenix, which, like I said, Pluto has an association with the Phoenix too. And, you know, rising from the ashes. Scorpio is also in the South Node right now, and I think for another 6 months. And that means that there's a lot of stuff from the past that's really being visited by this very, very strong energy. And yes, I do consider Mars also Aries, because Greek and Roman mythology, Mars is Aries, Aries is Mars. So they all have this, you know, they all intertwine with each other, but there is a lot of intensity going on right now. Now, I was talking to my sister yesterday about what's going on, and I was looking into November, and we'll talk a little bit more about it when it comes closer. But November, I would say the thing that was going on with Gemini, with it going retrograde, and again, that was the 30th, and that will be at 9:26 a.m. Gemini, and also too on the 29th, Mercury enters Scorpio at 3:22 p.m. These are Eastern Standard Time. And also too, Jupiter, which is not going direct, or it's not doing stationary, it's just retrograding back. It goes back into Pisces. And, you know, this is where there's going to be some planning. There's kind of really deep energy clean out with Pisces here too. But I was looking at what was going on, and I was saying, okay, October 30th, you know, goes in, and then there's something on the 5th of November, very strong energies. And then we have the new moon, the full moon, the 8th and 9th of November. And the interesting things, again, it involves all of those planets that I'm telling you about, Pluto, Saturn, and also Mars, and also Venus. But it also, and Venus is the one that gives a little bit of hope and a little bit of a loving balm to it. But the thing about it is, we have, with those planets going in November, we also have some squaring and some trining with Uranus. Now, Uranus is in Taurus. Taurus will be the full moon. There will be a full moon eclipse, a lunar eclipse. So there is this, with this new moon on the 25th, there is a partial solar eclipse going on with that. But then, and that means that when there's an eclipse, it gives a little more strength to it. New moon is a new start. So whatever's going on, so maybe even the 25th we can go on to. 25th to that 9th, like I said, Scorpio season has the appearance of being very intense, very strong energies. And you throw in Uranus, some of the aspects with Uranus, which, like I said, is in Taurus. Some of it's trining, that's favorable, and some of it's squaring, so that's opposing. So that's where we're going to have, I feel like we're going to have the shakeups at that time, whatever those shakeups are, okay? So it's, but the thing is, too, when you can see these things, or when you can feel these things, or when you hear these things, it always does remind me. It reminds me, because some people will say, I know things, and when they happen, they scare me. Well, when you know these things and you're told these things, you just have to believe, you just have to remember that God is in control. And because she shared it with you to begin with, that means that you are, not to be afraid, not to be afraid. Okay? So let's see what we have. And again, if I have to pause the video because of coughing or whatever this is, I will do that. But let's see what we have. Higher power. So I told you what, I did tell you when the new moon was, right? The new moon. So, and again, that's very precious energy. So new moon in Scorpio, 6:48 a.m. on the 25th, Eastern Standard Time. We've got, again, the 28th, Jupiter goes into Pisces. It continues its retrograde movement into Pisces. 1:10 a.m. October 29th, Mercury enters Scorpio, 3:22 p.m. And like I said, Mars goes retrograde in Gemini on the 30th, 9:26 a.m. So all of these are very early in the morning too. Interesting. So let's see what we have here. Higher power, what would you want people to know for this week, the 24th? Okay. Letting go of something, letting go of something. Very strong energy saying letting go of something, things changing. Now this is the, we've got three or four cards out already, so I don't need to pull any more. This is the Three of Swords. Now remember that reversed has a little more energy to it. So Three of Swords. Okay, we have the sword energy. That is our air energy. That is our Saturn. I'm sorry. That is our Aquarius. That is our Gemini. That is our Libra energy. It is our, it is thinking things through. It's very, it's air energy. It is hearing messages. It is, I'm kind of even getting fanning the fire energy here, just as you would with air. It is also making plans. It's also strategizing. So now this is reversed. Okay. So we'll make this right. A lot of times this is one of those really cards that people go, can we go and just do another one? Because it is about hurting. It is about pain. It is about, some going through things that we did not necessarily want to go through. We also have a 3, and the 3 tells us it's about celebration and creativity. It's also about, the power of 3. So whatever this was, it was very, very needed, or it is very, very needed. Now, you've got the rain clouds. You've got the rain. It is behind the heart. You've got these 3, it looks very ominous. The thing about it is, though, you have to see, the heart is very bright. The heart is very resilient. And even though these are 3 that are in it, it does not mean that life does not go on. It just means that whatever happened had to happen, and we have to learn to move past it. We have to learn to move beyond it. And we might still feel the pain, but, pain does dull. Pain, might leave scars, and these swords may never be able to be removed, but there is healing, there is hope. And it's kind of, to me, when I see the 3 of Hearts, it's like, maybe you feel like you're experiencing the worst right now, but the worst is either about to be over or it is coming to an end. Okay? So I don't mind the 3 of Swords. Like I said, it's like a lot of the pain, a lot of the suffering that you're feeling now or that you have been feeling will soon be leaving. Okay? And then we come to the Ace of Swords. Again, we have that ace energy. Again, Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. And remember, I told you, Aquarius and Gemini, strong energies are in there right now. This has new ideas. This has a new beginning. This has a new way of thinking about something. So while we have to let go of something, we have to maybe let go of an old way of life, an old way of thinking, an old perspective. A new idea, a new understanding is coming, because this is very cerebral energy. This is very, very thinking things through, new ideas happening, and it may not necessarily be easy. This may not be easy, and it may not be easy for whatever this new thought process is. But this, Ace 1 is a new beginning, and again, the swords, the energies I told you about, air energy, hearing messages, and it's kind of like reframing and redeveloping your thought processes. So let's see what we have here. Okay. So now, again, this one is reversed. We're going to flip. Okay, we're flipping that one. And this one is an 18. So we have a 1-8. So we had a 3-1, 1-8. 1 is a new beginning. 10, transitional energy. 8 is unlimited opportunities and possibilities. We do have the new moon on the 25th. So it is the start of something. The new moon brings a start. So there could be a start to whatever this process is. It could be a start to healing, a start to revelation type of energy, hearing the new idea, the new plans. The moon, again, the moon is always interesting because it means that there are things that you don't always know. There are things that are hidden. There are things that are very celestial. There are things that are very lunar. Now, moon energy is a feminine energy. It is it is very closely associated with our water energy. So we have some of these creatures of the night looking up at the moon. The moon is not necessarily, sometimes I get really good energy with the moon. But this moon, I feel like it's looking down. It's not necessarily pleased. There is kind of a sun, so this could be the partial solar eclipse even energy here. And it's, the creatures of the night are coming out. And it could also be that, the moon is going to shine on that. It's going to bring out the hidden energies, the things that have been hidden. So we will see. And our last card, and again, this is reversed. So we've had were all of these reversed? Maybe this one was not, but this one is. Now we have a 2. 2 is a joining together, is a crossroad, is decisions. This is the High Priestess. The High Priestess does talk to you about connecting with your higher power. Is that oracle in many, many ways, is the one that, you don't even have to come. It's not like you have to come to me to ask me, what's going on. You can even take time to connect with higher power in order for you to understand that. Again, we have feminine energy here. We have a lot of what is considered holy energy, okay? We have a lot of what is considered holy energy here. And, there is this, this thought, and then we even have the crescent moon here. So again, that could be a new moon, could be. So maybe the 25th is going to be the start of the healing, start of the letting go, start of the discovery. Not quite sure. But it does, it does say to really, connect with higher power, keep your light bright, keep your vibrations very high also. The nice thing about the High Priestess is she doesn't overwhelm you. I mean, sometimes she'll stretch you a little bit, but she doesn't overwhelm you with things you don't need, okay? Like sometimes it's like, I'll get messages and I'm like, well, why can't I know more? Why can't I know how this resolves? And the answers that I've been given pretty much all the time is, if you knew more, if you knew how this all resolved, you would not want to get out of bed. So, just, because it would be too overwhelming for our humanity. So, I would say that there's going to be some mysterious energies. Connect with God, Holy Spirit, whoever that is for you. New ideas, new information coming through, and that could be pain that is here is going to be moving and lifting. It could mean we're going to have. It could be. I don't see it as a fresh pain, and the reason I don't see this is going to sound gross, but you see these three. Okay, the clouds and the rain is behind this, right? If this was a fresh pain, this heart would be gross, okay? We would be seeing a lot of gross things. This heart is a healthy color. There is no blood seeping or anything from these wounds. So that tells me that this has been for a while, and that there is, even though it is not healed, there is healing energy in this, okay? Sorry, didn't want to gross you out with my, from my nursing background. So it's like, if there were 3 swords in this heart, and you got, it would just be an old bloody mess. And then I would say, let's pull another one. Let's pull another one. So let's see what we've got going. Osha Zen Tarot. Can you kind of add to any of this? So there's a lot of spiritual energy next week, or I should say the 24th to the 27th. There is a lot of thought processes. I would say that there is going to be, remember too, what I always say about Saturn in Aquarius, and now that it's going back over some of the same ground, it is, this is reality. This is truth versus illusion, truth versus lies, reality versus illusion. Okay, so but the moon will show you just enough. You might have to make your own way, Connect with your high priestess. Connect with your higher self on that too. So interesting energies with those two. So let's see. And you can always comment and tell me what you're thinking this is all about. Let's see. Osha Zen Tarot, what do you have for us? What do you have for us? Here we go. Abundance. Well, I like the abundance card. I do like the abundance card. I think this would be like that king of, I think this would be the king of pentacle energy. I think this is, but I get a little bit, off with these cards too. But this is abundance. There is a rainbow energy around. Now that could be, it's moon energy all around us too. There is, kind of being lifted up. It's saying, so there is abundance coming. It's just kind of, some of these are the steps we have to go through, we have to experience before the abundance actually comes to us. So, this person looks well fed. This person looks pretty happy. This is very male energy, masculine energy. So, the thing is, even though this is all happening, there is a promise of abundance to come. I know sometimes it doesn't seem like it, but then you know what? I've lived a long time, and it's like many of my worries, once I went through what it is to the other side, I was like, oh, now I understand. Now I understand. So, I'm going to tell you, don't be afraid. We live in a tough world. The world is not for wimps, but we are, I'm going to say we are star seeds. We are light workers. Many of us have spirit guides, connections with higher power. So have faith, believe, and just keep pushing forward. Okay? Okay. Now, I'm going to go to that part that says, please like, share, subscribe, click on the bell for notifications. Just being off even that one time, it just really messes things up for me. So please like. Also, too, with the bell and subscribing, many people tell me that they subscribe. They don't see my videos popping up. So they have to unsubscribe and then subscribe again. The same thing with the bell. Okay. Anyway, why don't we now start our readings? Hello, my Virgos. I don't know, started the earth energies, and whoa, things are happening around you guys. Things are happening. Now, granted, you're not a big player in the energies, which you're okay with, but I do think you're going to be a recipient of the good parts of the energies too. So be aware, keep your eyes open, and just keep watching. Keep watching. Okay, let's see. Higher power, what do we have for our Virgos? Because Capricorn and Tauruses are really making some changes, and that will affect you, especially if you have Capricorn or Taurus around you. Okay, let's see what we've got here for my Virgos. Virgos. Higher power, what do you have for my wonderful Virgos here? Be sensitive to your environment. Be sensitive to your surroundings. It doesn't mean that you have to, sometimes people are like, oh, I have to be more sensitive. It doesn't mean you have to, I don't know, not be truthful in your feelings or truthful. It doesn't mean that at all. It just means to be aware. I'm kind of getting that spiritual sensitivity, not that personal sensitivity. Like, oh, that person was really mean to me, but I need to be more sensitive to her. No, if she was mean to you or he was mean to you, they were mean to you. I'm just saying be more sensitive to the spiritual things that are happening around you. Now remember, we are in that thinning of the veil, and I think I talked about it more with the earth energies than I did with I don't think I talked about it with anybody else. But this is where you need to be very sensitive with those energies, okay? Not, oh, I hurt someone's feelings. Hey, you're pretty sensitive to that all anyway. But this is more, be aware of the metaphysical and the supernatural energies around you, especially as we're coming to this really thinning of the veil. Okay, reversed. Let's see what higher power has for my Virgos. The wheel. So now we have a 10. Archangel Jeremiah, blah, blah, blah. We have the wheel. This is the wheel of fortune. 10 is a 101, new beginning. 0, God source energy. 10, transition. Things are moving again. They're moving, and they're moving in a better direction. However, it doesn't mean that we always see the direction. It doesn't always mean that we know that there's going to be a better outcome with it. We have to have trust. We have to have faith. I think that goes along with what I was trying to say. Just as things are moving over and moving and moving and moving, you have to keep your faith. You have to keep your positivity. You have to believe things are happening for a better purpose. Okay? So we have the 10, the wheel. It is about new beginnings. It is end of delays. A change in a direction that offers happiness. We don't always feel it though. So that's why I think I'm going with that. Be sensitive to the spirit realm, more of the spirit realm. Okay? Next card is the 3 of Raphael. So 103, 301. 3 is what is celebration, creativity. It's the power of 3. Raphael is our water energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Scorpio and Pisces energy is off the wall right now. It is about celebration. It is, fluid, emotional, spiritual energies again. It is about celebration, and there's reasons to celebrate. Things are happening, and you can feel them. You can sense them. You know that things are turning out. Even if it, it's kind of like, don't believe what is it? Don't believe anything you hear and half of what you see. This is that gut. This is that intuition. Keeping your vibrations elevated. You may have to help others to keep their vibrations elevated. And believe that, it's one of those things, and my Virgos, you do this. Well, things happen for a reason, and the reason will be blessed. The reason will be blessed. Anyway, reasons to celebrate. A community of friends, happy announcements regarding relationships or children. 103, 301. Next card, reversed. The 10 of Gabriel. So we have a 10 again. So we started with the 10, we ended with the 10. Gabriel is our fire energy. It is our Sagittarius, which will be next season. Aries and Leo energy, passionate, burning, determined. Okay? And whenever my fire energies are with the passion, they really are passionate. Now, the 10 of Gabriel is kind of a burdensome card. The 10 of Gabriel means there's a lot to do and a lot on your shoulders. And so whatever this is going on, it doesn't necessarily, like I said, it might not necessarily feel like it's moving in the best direction for you, though there are reasons to celebrate. It just feels like, oh, there's just more for me to do. And the thing is, it could be, my Virgos, because there is more for you to do. And it sometimes feels like it is darn heavy. So this tells you, you don't have to do it by yourself. You need to ask your angels, connect with higher power, and that your burden can be lifted. But it is. And remember what I said. It's like you might have to be leading people. You might be having to be helping people. So in your work environment, maybe you're being put in charge of something that you can see that goal. You can see what's about to happen, but you have to motivate the people. You have to get them moving. You have to have them all rowing in the same direction as you are, or as the goal is. You have to keep them moving forward instead of slipping backwards. Okay? But again, I get this spiritual vibe all around you. So, ask your angels for helpful people to lighten your load. Working too many hours, trying too hard to please others. And that's another thing too, is sometimes we feel like we're supposed to be doing something and hear our spirit, and yet, and usually that's when the world tries to throw blocks in our way too, to keep us from doing what we know we need to do. Just throwing that out there. Okay, so that's like me, I want to be doing this. I do this not because this does not pay me much of anything at all, but I do this because I do feel I need to be doing this, and then I get sick, okay, or I have something else pop up. So, but you know what? We overcome. Anyway, let's see what our guardian angels have to say for our Virgos with this. And so with this too, you lead. I feel like you're leading the way. You're really keeping people motivated. You're pushing. You're kind of like, come on, we're getting things done. I really feel like you're the biggest cheerleader right now. Again, too, be very sensitive to your spiritual side. that will help you. Okay, reversed. The helper of abundance. So the helper of abundance, I always get this, is this the Knight well, let's see. Yes, this is the Knight of Earth, okay, the Knight of Pentacles. So the Knight, underlying energy, is our fire energy. So you have your fire energy here. Earth energy, abundance energy, is your energy. Also Capricorn and Taurus and Virgo. Capricorn, Taurus, and you. Capricorn and Taurus are very, very strong right now. So the Knight, knows what needs to do, but the Earth part of you kind of looks and says, now we got to really make our plan. We got to do this right. We have to do this very organized. And once I get this together, now it's time to go. Anyway, although you have a lot to do, it's important that you get organized first. Once planning is complete, you can roll up your sleeves and get to work. Your guardian angels surround you and are ready to help out. This card also indicates a very loving, kind, and loyal friend, someone with a big heart, a quick wit, and endless patience. That person could be you. Like I said, you're going to be their cheerleader. You're going to be their mentor. You're going to be their coach. It may feel like it's a bigger burden to you, but the rewards are that much better. Okay, but it's not going to be an easy job either. It's not going, but it's needed. But again, I get to that sensitivities then, and I get it more of a spiritual sensitivity. Though of course, if you're leading a lot of people, they're all like, oh, I don't know what to do. You were mean to me. You know what? Grow up. Not you, my Virgos. That's what you might be feeling about. They were mean to me. So-and-so stuck out his tongue. Well, anyway, spiritual sensitivities. Here we go. From our inspirational wisdom from angels and fairies, reversed, to Titania's flight. You have had problems in the past, but to move on, you must both forgive and forget. Learning from mistakes will enrich your life. And you might have to do that, especially if you've got people that you're pushing forward. Anyway, let's see. Crystal or energy for my Virgos here. Oh, the expensive one. Moldavite. Healing, protection, telepathy, connection. Interesting. Anyway, my Virgos, tell me what this all means to you. Tell me how this plays out. I will be answering my my comments soon. I've been reading them, but I just haven't felt my energies have not been that up. Anyway, take a moment, please, my Virgos, to like, share, subscribe, click on the bell for notifications. If you have done that already, unclick and click again because, YouTube does weird stuff, and being off for just the one video just messes up my algorithms. It messes up the whole thing. No one can find me. Anyway, my Virgos, most importantly, this is most important. Always know that you are loved, stay shining, and be blessed. Bye-bye.